Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here with another episode of ReZero Season 2. And man, last episode was pretty damn epic, wasn't it? We got tons of stuff happening at the same time. Ram versus Roswell, with ending up with Ram being blasted off somewhere elsewhere, I don't really know. Although, with a series like ReZero, it's really hard. Like, even with normal shonen, it's really hard to actually believe that a character is killed off, and particularly for ReZero, due to the abilities of Subaru, it's even harder. At most, it might turn into a Rim kind of situation where we basically go an entire season without seeing her, right? But in any case, that was definitely hype, the way that she managed to trick Rosa at the very end to get that Book of Wisdom, tossed away, burn up. Good job, Ram. Beyond that, hey, we also had the Garfield and Elsa fight, and Elsa really surprised me, right? I think she surprised a lot of us with how she showed affection towards her quote-unquote sister, right? Whether that's a true sister or just, an adopted sister or something of that sort, we'll have to see. And then, we haven't even talked about Emilia yet, who went through the trials and is now successful, and what's next, right? What is next? Well, Subaru still has yet to convince Beatrice, which is still one of the main keys to all this, I truly believe. And then I can only assume that Emilia is off to confront Roswell and, maybe make him have a change of heart. In any case, let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, and of course, it's snowing. Kind of forgot about that whole thing as well. Puck? Huh. Something on the other side? No? A tree? Is that Puck? Of course it's not. Like, what the heck? Something which I have to do. And no opening, right? It doesn't seem like. Yep, no opening. The existence of season two's opening. Mm. What's the significance of calling snow down? Bro, just because of those snow rabbits? Gonna snap. So, with nothing else to rely on, you'll do a 180 change? Well, did they ever explain the significance of why they needed to make it snow? Okay. Hmm? Akidona's voice? I can't believe we're just going around and undoing the spell and all without understanding why the sanctuary existed in the first place. Damage to what? I mean, typically, I think I mentioned this before, right? You'd think that was something called a sanctuary. It's it's to protect something important, right? But clearly, none of them care about this. I mean, our protagonists. You guys mind stopping for a second to explain? So this one is going to sacrifice herself? Okay. So did they merge or something? Do you understand what's going on, Amelia? I guess that's also fair. That whatever is happening to the sanctuary and whatnot, she doesn't really care all that much. There are more important things. All right, Amelia, just drag him out of there. Oh, here comes the bunnies. So right, so I guess the snow was done to summon the bunnies, right? But like, what's the purpose of summoning the bunnies here? To kill everyone? I just don't. Ah, I guess that's what you get for reading stuff from a book without understanding what it means. This is like three. Replica of the tome that authority granted to me. You know, in regards to this, I've always had some thoughts, right? Like, even though, in the past, Subaru was all like, how is it so cruel to leave Beatrice here and all that? But, in the back of my mind, I always thought, being in this sort of interdimensional space, doesn't it in some way also protect Beatrice from harm? Predecessor. Oh, he was just talking about soul transferring, eh? Huh. Wait, is it just like. Hmm. So when did you meet Puck? Hello? I guess Subaru could, you know, choose his words more carefully. Oh, successful escape. Oh. Good point, Subaru. I don't think Subaru really wants to be, the target of some premonition, though. So since there's smoke coming in, This place can actually burn down? Mm. The foreign library's collapsing? Mm. Huh. Any remaining? What about the secret doors? Yeah, yeah, that one. Huh. The hell? And, okay, so how are you guys gonna get out of here? But, we can help each other. But I think this is definitely super effective. Hey, 100 years is 100 years. Yeah. This honestly sounds much more like a confession than anything. It's kind of a similar situation with Emilia, right? How everybody is expecting them to be something, someone, a particular person. But, you know, Emilia's just Emilia, Subaru is just Subaru. Come on, Beatrice. Go! Oh, they're going. Hey. Woo! Oh, we still got this one. So, is she gonna try to hold out until the rest return? Nope. Actually, they are back. Hey. Talk about a hero's entrance. Beatrice. Oh my god, this entire episode. Alright, see you guys after this. Oh man, talk about a grand entrance at the end there. So, we finally cleared the condition, right? At least, that's what I'm assuming is the condition from the start, which is to get Beatrice on, on Subaru's side. Although, my prediction was that she would be of help in repelling the attack on the mansion. As it turns out, she didn't really have anything to do with it, but I guess her talents are going to be repurposed elsewhere, such as this final battle. I'm assuming a final battle at the Sanctuary, right? And I gotta say, like, I was biting my tongue not to make this joke, but seriously, what kind of smells like NTR, right? If you guys know, you guys know. But I mean, the entire dialogue that Subaru had with Beatrice and all, and then, showing up, holding her hand and whatnot, saying, we'll defeat this together, right beside Emilia as well. I know it's not implying that kind of stuff, but still, it definitely gave me a good chuckle on the inside. But anyways, even though we are at this point here, right, I'm assuming that we're gonna end this particular arc in a few episodes, there's still so much unknown, right? Like, for one, what exactly is the Sanctuary for? It seems that that's a very important thing that nobody seems to want to discuss, right? Something called literally a Sanctuary should be for protection. Protect what, right? And is there going to be any consequences if you remove the Sanctuary, or if you remove protection or whatnot? Like, how does that exactly work here, right? I feel like a lot of them are operating just on faith, whereas I'm really, really curious, like, what exactly this whole thing is. Are they actually doing the right thing, and so on and so forth? But, and I guess we'll get an explanation, hopefully, by the end of this arc, right? And beyond that, like, Ekidona, what is her situation? We still know so little about her, right? Is she really such a cruel witch, mother, or teacher, whatever you want to call it, to Roswell and Beatrice? Is there a bigger master plan behind all this? Is it actually, based on what Ekidona actually is, and heck, right now, looking at some of your guys' comments, I'm not even sure if the current Ekidona that we know, the one with the face and all that, is the same Ekidona that we've seen in the past with her face hidden, right? Are they actually the same person? You would assume so, but then why go through that deliberate hiding, that deliberate obfuscation in the first place, right? So without knowing that, and without knowing who is the true Ekidona and whatnot, like, I can't really say whether she's doing something, like, maybe it's more of a, because I care for you, I care for Beatrice and whatnot, so putting her in the Forbidden Library might have been a way to protect her, and so on and so forth. Or is it really just a cruel joke by Ekidona to put her there? But I definitely don't feel that any of the, neither Ekidona I've seen so far is one to just play a cruel joke for the sake of playing a cruel joke. There's obviously always an ultimate goal that they want to go towards. So, at this point, I still have no idea what to think of her. I'm still, at least more than half convinced that Ekidona is supposed to be on the technically good side, I guess you could say. But, hard to say. Still hard to say at this point in time. Beyond that, the Beatrice and Subaru kind of dialogue there, not really, I don't think there's too much else to add. Though, like, again, I mentioned in the episode, I do like the parallel between what Subaru is doing and what Emilia is doing, right? Kind of rejecting the stance that, hey, they are, just because, basically rejecting other people's expectations of them based on some reputation that they've never, they don't have their own handle on, right? Emilia is Emilia, Subaru is Subaru, whatever imagination you have bestowed on them for another role, another character, whatnot, they don't really want to admit that or face that, or they don't want to adhere to that. So, it does have a sort of parallel there. However, with that being said, though, throughout this entire ReZero story, I've always had this sneaking suspicion in the back of my mind that all of the events are actually being softly directed towards, like, one specific sort of route here, right? I mean, otherwise, there's no other way to explain Subaru's abilities and how, the checkpoints actually move around at certain times, right? Clearly, it is trying to guide him on a certain path that he's supposed to go down towards. So, in the end of the day, has it all actually been predetermined in a sense? And even, whether or not Subaru is actually that person, does that really matter that much? Perhaps he is, perhaps he's not, but at the very least, this is how the script is supposed to go, right? For whoever is the mastermind of all of this. Beyond that, but honestly, that's like far into the lore and analysis and predictions now. So let's not go there. I guess one final thing from this episode that I thought was pretty interesting was in regards to Roswell, or more specifically, the multiple Roswells, right? So it seems that he has a new body, like he has an heir for spanning these 400 years, so he is actually still just a human after all. However, with that being said, I do have this sneaking suspicion that probably it's not just a simple case of, having an heir, having a son, dressed or whatnot in the same way and whatnot. I do think that there are elements of the original Roswell soul, or at least his memories or whatnot, being passed down generation for generation, right? It will kind of tie in with the dialogue that we saw on screen when Roswell, the original Roswell, was going into the library and doing some research on such things. And for another, if the memories / souls were not transferred to the latest heir, to the latest generation, how would they, feel that sort of connection, deep connection towards Echidna, right? Speaking in the first person tense instead of a third person. So definitely, it might, the vessel, the physical body might be someone entirely new. The inners, if not completely replicated, is at least strongly influenced, right, by the original as well. So that was a pretty interesting thing to see as well. And the entire situation with Ram, like I said, I don't believe for a second that they would kill off Ram. So it is what it is. It seems that Ram is, I guess, technically okay, although very, very beaten up. So yeah, all's good, all's fun, and we can see Ram sometime soon, once she is fully healed. So anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys. I will see you guys next time, and adios.